Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to record a Skype conversation using Audio Hijack Pro, using the technique that I recommend so that you get a nice high quality recording with you on one channel and the other person at the other end of Skype on another channel. So let's start with Skype. We have Skype over here already running and already lined up to do a Skype test call. First thing you want to do before you kick off is go to Preferences of Skype and make sure that, if you go to Audio here, make sure that Skype is using the right microphone. Now I don't have a fancy microphone plugged in at the moment, so if you go here, you'll see that all I've got is built-in line and built-in microphone. Well, I'm just going to stick to built-in microphone. But if you did have a fancy microphone plugged in, such as a Snowball or a Samsung CO1U, it would appear on this list, and you need to select it so that Skype is using the right microphone. What can sometimes happen is people forget to do this. They've got their fancy mic plugged in, but Skype is still using their sort of rubbishy built-in microphone, so that's an important step. So make sure you're using the right microphone. So let's get rid of that. Skype is over here. Let's come over to Audio Hijack Pro here, which is already running. This is Mac only, Audio Hijack Pro. We are on a Mac, as you've probably noticed. If you're on Windows, you would have to go with another solution, probably Pamela or something like that, but this is for Mac. So first thing to do, let's go to Skype down here. And the first thing that you want to do is make sure that we've got a good high quality recording format. So if you go to the recording tab here, and where it says formats here, it's already set for me, but just make sure that you're set to this setting here, for burning to CD brackets AIF. That's a nice high quality file. So don't go for one of the other ones, which will probably be sort of MP3 if you go for one of these, and other formats if you go for these. Let's go for this AIF format for burning to CD. Then go over to inputs, and this is the really important bit. So this is the input for Skype. If you press this advanced button here, it's really important that you make sure this bottom mega mix bit is ticked, and you've got play outputs through, in this case the right channel, and inputs through, in this case the left channel, as long as they're different channels, because that way you'll come through on one channel and the person at the other end of Skype will come through on the other channel, if that makes sense. Fill audio gaps, leave that as it is with nothing. You don't want to be filling audio gaps with anything. You want a nice pure recording. So just OK out of that. And then over to Audio Hijack Pro, we need to hijack Skype. So you press the hijack button. Now what that does is it basically makes Audio Hijack Pro aware of any audio input or output going into or out of Skype. Now when you press this button, you might get a little dialogue come up that says, do you want me to restart Skype so I can actually hijack it? I don't get that because I've got a plugin in Skype which gets rid of the need for that, but you might get that. If you do get that dialog box, just say yes, restart Skype, it'll come back up again, but this time it'll be being hijacked by Audio Hijack Pro. Okay, so we're now hijacking, and we now press record. Now nothing's going to happen until I actually make the call, so let's see what happens.
Hello, welcome to Skype call testing service.
See, she's on the bottom
After
track,
the beep,
I'm on the top
please
track.
record a message. Afterwards, your message will be played back to you.
This is Andrew White making a test message to see how effective Audio Hijack Pro is at recording Skype conversations. Thank you very much. This is Andrew White making a test message to see how effective Audio Hijack Pro is at recording Skype conversations. Thank you very much. Excellent. Okay, what we're going to do now, let's hang up. Oh, hang on.
If you are able to hear your own voice, then you have configured Skype correctly.
Blah, blah, blah.
If you hear this message, but not your own voice,
I did that for a reason.
then something is wrong with your audio recording settings.
Okay, now let's hang up.
Please check your...
And it's still recording, you'll notice, so we need to just unrecord it, and we can unhijack it at this point. Now, let's go and have a look at the recording we've got. So if I go to Recording Bin, and you have all the things here that you've ever recorded in Audio Hijack Pro, and you'll always find the latest at the bottom. And because, in true Blue Peter style, I set a few things up before this screencast, I've actually set up my built-in editor, or the editor that I use to edit audio. It will launch that automatically when I press this button. So let's press that button. Now don't worry about which audio, which editing software I'm using here. I just happen to be using Sound Studio. You might have something completely different. You might be using Audacity or whatever. But the only reason I'm showing you this is so you can visually see the recording. Because this is why it's so important to have you on one channel, that's me there, talking, and whatever's coming out of Skype, i.e. the person at the other end on this bottom channel here. So let's just play a bit. I'm going to shut up. What you're now hearing is the recording. This is Andrew White making a test message to see how effective Audio Hijack Pro is at recording Skype conversations. Thank you very much. This is Andrew White making a test message to see how effective Audio Hijack Pro is at recording Skype conversations. Thank you very much. Excellent. Okay, what we're going to do now, let's hang up. Oh, hang on.
If you are able to hear your own voice, then you have configured Skype correctly.
Blah, blah, blah.
If you hear this message, but not your own voice, then something is wrong with your audio recording.
Right. So you get the idea. I'm on this top track, and whatever is coming out of Skype, i.e. the person at the other end of Skype, is on this bottom track. Now let me demonstrate to you why it's so useful having the two tracks, or having the two recordings on different tracks. I went blah, blah, blah here, just to simulate me making a noise that I didn't want to make while the other person was talking. So if we just play that again.
Skype correctly.
Blah, blah, blah.
If you hear this message...
Now say that blah, blah, blah was, you know, something embarrassing or something that I didn't want. What I can do is independently, and of course your mileage will vary because you'll use your own software to do this. I've got rid of that, and now when we play it...
voice, then you have configured Skype correctly. If you hear this message, but not your own voice, then something is wrong with your...
See, we've just got them speaking, so it makes editing and ending up with a really nice recording 10 times easier. So I hope that was useful. That is how you use Audio Hijack Pro, as we go to the other screen, to capture a Skype conversation. Happy Skype interviewing, everybody.